Hey guys, we finally have positive news coming from YouTube. Now, back in November, there was an update to their advertiser friendly guidelines or whatever, and it revolved a lot around language and profanity. And a lot of people had a lot of old videos and such demonetized. Things that used to be okay were no longer okay, and it caused a lot of problems. And there was quite a bit of backlash about it. A lot of people made videos talking about it, expressed their, displeasure to the YouTube people. Yada, yada, yada. And this time, unlike with the dislike button, still really kind of wondering what's going on there. How are you going to right? You listen to feedback here, but you ignore the feedback there. And that's probably the biggest feedback there's ever been given back to YouTube was bring back the dislike button. Anyway, they listen to the feedback and they are improving these policies once again. They are going to update them. They're essentially completely reverting the November changes. And then also it looks like making some positive changes even beyond that. See, looking over on Twitter, Dexter shared an update from the creator liaison. We can take a look at this blown up image I have here. All curse words no longer treated the same. Moderate profanity anytime can get the green icon. That's especially great for someone like me. I grew up cursing, right? I grew up in a family, like a household that cursed, and it's just kind of natural for me. It sucks having to always control it and try not to slip a little bit, at all at work. And the same thing goes for when I'm making YouTube videos. The amount of times I have to reshoot things and whatnot because I accidentally let some curse words slip or whatnot, and you don't know. The thing before was you never really know what was the limit. How many times could you say shit in a video and you'd be okay? How many times could you say shit and then you would actually get demonetized? It's a pretty big issue. And then also the problem is when you get demonetized, so YouTube works off of the ad revenue, right? And it costs money to host videos. And so when a video gets demonetized, YouTube no longer cares about promoting that video. And it's a lot of times in business, right? Maybe you make a move and it doesn't pan out the way you want, but you still get some positive. Another big deal with the demonetization thing and the limited ads and such is once you get that, you not only are losing the money on your video, that revenue, which could be an okay thing as long as you still got this other benefit, right? Which would be new client acquisition, or in the realm of YouTube, you're talking about new viewers, new subscribers. So the problem is YouTube also tanks your video getting recommended, and the video will not grow and have any kind of real reach if it violates the ad policies, because then they can't make money on it. So why would they spend money hosting and putting the video out to more and more and more people, right? And so it's a really bad cycle there where you lose all your ad money and you also aren't able to acquire any new subscribers or viewers. And so it ends up becoming a 100% waste of time, possibly even loss of money. A lot of YouTubers pay editors good money to work on their content for them. And so now you're talking actual loss of money, not just wasted time. You can see how these policies, they impact the platform a lot, and it affects what kind of content you as the viewer get, right? You might get less fun content if things become so strict that people are all walking around on eggshells. So this is, again, a really good thing to see for the platform here. The next one they hit on is the F-bomb in the first 7 seconds or repeatedly can receive limited ads. This is another area where there has been improvement. I am pretty positive that this number used to be 15 seconds, and then it even, I believe, used to be 30 seconds. So all the way down to 7 seconds, only not having to say the F word for 7 seconds in the start of your video. That should be pretty fucking easy. Now it says background music with profanity can now get ads. I don't think this was ever really much of an issue. In fact, if you look at the ad-friendly policy guidelines and such, and then you watch a lot of hip-hop videos, rap videos and such, it's actually kind of surprising that they're monetized because they very clearly violate quite a bit of the ad-friendly guidelines. It's just that because they're these big label, rappers and whatever, it doesn't seem to apply to them. It's weird. Music gets this weird pass. But this, I don't think, was probably much of an issue ever before. Maybe it was background music. Maybe it just picks up the words here and there, and it thinks that you're cursing a lot in your regular video. But when you watch just the music video, right? They talk about all kinds of wild stuff that, like, if I was sitting here just having a whole conversation about, you know, hoes or whatever, I would probably get the video demonetized, get in trouble, could potentially even get the channel in trouble eventually for talking so derogatory about women all the time, as just one example of something that happens a lot in hip hop and rap music, at least the mainstream stuff. Profanity in the title, thumbnail, still can't run ads. That's kind of duh. That's always been there, right? Obviously, if like you put fuck right in the title or on the thumbnail of the video, that's kind of equivalent to in the first 7 seconds, right? You're seeing and hearing that before you even see and hear really anything in the actual video. It's before even the 7 seconds. So I think it makes sense. Along with this, the guy at YouTube who is actually in charge of these ad-friendly guideline policies and whatnot, he put out a video on the Creator Insider channel here on YouTube, and they go really specific into detail. This is another thing that's really appreciated, and this isn't just a YouTube thing. This is a Twitch and a YouTube and really like all these social media platforms. A lot of time, things feel a little bit too vague and you're kind of having to like guess and wonder, you know, exactly what are the lines, you know, where is the line that I can't cross? And you know, because you want to be able to go up to that line to keep your content entertaining, right? And so having very specific guidelines is really nice. Now, this gets a little bit more entertaining as well because you've got an official YouTube guy being very specific, which means that he is listing out the things you can and cannot say. Let's take a little, you know, tiny little peek at a funny part of the clip here.
We are no longer treating all profanity equally. Usage of moderate profanity, words like bitch, douchebag, asshole, shit, at any time in the video content is now eligible for green icons.
Woohoo, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Getting real specific, letting us know what are those words we can and cannot say. It sounds like now we can just say these words. They're not considered, you know, the big magical naughty words anymore. It's mostly just fuck that you have to be concerned about. And even there, right? Big improvements, just the first 7 seconds, and don't be saying it constantly throughout the entire video. You know, I can get a little creative. We can mix in some shits and some dams and some bitch and, you know, whatever, douchebag, a-hole, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of funny to just see the official guy listing them off. You know, he goes through, he gets in there, he uses the F word later, all that kind of stuff. This is a good video for those of you that are creators that really want to know the specifics. And if you're just, you know, someone who watches the YouTube and you're curious exactly like what the limits are that your content creators are allowed to take now, it's kind of an interesting video. I'll link it in the description for those of you that are interested. That's about it for this one. Just some good news I saw that I was excited about. I'm happy. I want to see how this plays out on YouTube. Like I said, there was a lot of channels, a lot of big popular channels that make, you know, all like even like the Act Man, you know, had all kinds of old videos demonetized. And this was really going to cause some serious problems going forward for the creative space on YouTube and people feeling like they had that freedom, right? You get stuff like this and it takes away from that beauty of YouTube where like you're your own boss, you're being creative, you're doing your thing. When things start to get just way too strict, right? You're operating inside too tight of guidelines for you to be able to really express yourself. I think that this is a really great change. So I just wanted to talk about it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.